When you launch PowerPoint, you'll see something similar to this, and you'll note here it says Create with Copilot. I'm not going to click on that. I'm going to click here on Blank Presentation. You will then be presented with something similar to this, and I'd like to draw your attention to two things. Here you can see you have the icon for Copilot, and note it is in full color. And here there is also an icon for Copilot that I'm going to click on, and you can see that's changed color. And I'll click on it again and look here, and you can see there are various things I can choose to do. Now, I will show you how to use Copilot in a later video. What I wish to do here is to show you how to switch off Copilot, just in case you don't want to be using it when you're developing your PowerPoint slides. To switch off or disable Copilot within PowerPoint, you click here onto File and look down here and you will see it says Options. You click onto Options and you will get this dialog box appearing. Zooming in so we can get a better view, you now click here onto Copilot and you will see this appearing. And you'll notice there's a tick here which says Enable Copilot. What you do, you click here to remove that tick. But before I do anything else, I would like to point out this text. It says requires restarting the app, and we'll see what that means in a moment. I will now click onto OK. If you observe this screen, you should note that there is no change. You still have this Copilot in full color, and you still have this icon here. Now, they will still be there even though you've asked to effectively disable Copilot. For it to take effect, you have to shut PowerPoint down and relaunch it. And that's what I'll do off video. I'll shut this down by clicking here, and then I'll open it again and we can see the change. So before I do that, let me remind you that this is in full color and we've got this icon here, which tells us that Copilot is enabled. I've just launched PowerPoint again, and I'd like to draw your attention to this, which you can see says blank presentation. And if you remember, last time we opened PowerPoint, there was another entry on this row, and that was create with Copilot. Well, you can see it doesn't exist now, and that's because I've disabled Copilot, I've switched it off, and when I restart it, as I have shown in this video, it doesn't appear because Copilot is not now available for me to use because of the steps I've just taken. So what I will do, however, I'll click here onto blank presentation, and this is what we are presented with. You can now see, if you look here, that Copilot is grayed out. It's no longer in full color. It means it's disabled. You cannot use Copilot. And if you remember, there used to be an icon here. Now that is also removed. So you now can see how you can disable Copilot if you do not want to be using it when you're creating your PowerPoint slides.